Hello everyone and welcome to this amazing discussion of the new chapter for Dead by Daylight. If you're thinking, wait, this isn't TydeTyme, then yes, you've caught me. My name is Mel and I'm actually Tyde's wife. I'm going to be filling in for him, so to speak, today, as he's currently sick in bed with a sore throat and he can't really speak that well. Those of you that attend Tyde's Twitch streams might recognise me, but other than that, I'm sorry. This is just as weird for me as it is for you, I promise. But let's just get on with it. On Tuesday, we got a new teaser image for the next chapter of Dead by Daylight, and there's been a lot of speculation since then on who the new killer could be. A few months ago, the developers teased on their livestream that Chapter 11 would feature the oldest killer in the game, beating out the Huntress who currently holds this title, being from the World War I era.
The nurse is probably from the oldest era so far?
No, so the nurse is pretty far, but the Huntress is during World War I, so she's actually our oldest in time character. Actually, spoiler, for Chapter 11, we're actually, if everything goes to plan, introduce our killer that is the furthest in the past, by a long shot.
Speculations have ranged far and wide, with suggestions including an Egyptian killer, a Mayan killer, and even a moth. Then, earlier today, the title of the new chapter was revealed to be The Demise of the Faithful, with this teaser video. The video shows a grotesque-looking arm, covered in what looks like burns, holding a religious incense burner called a censer. So, what does this tell us about the new chapter? What stands out most in this image is the item being held. When we look at censers, they are used across a range of cultures and religions, from a range of eras, all the way up to present day. But when we add in the fact that this killer may be from many years ago, we can start to narrow down our speculations a little. Let's knock out the common theories based on the first teaser image. Mayans did use incense burners in the form of censers for ancient Mayan rituals. However, their censers were typically formed of ceramic, and the one that we see is made of metal. The Egyptians also did use to burn incense during rituals, and incense burners were sometimes used as offerings. But this type of burner is very different from the one we see in the video visually. And from here it becomes difficult to narrow down the list much further, because censers are used across so many different religions and cultures. But based off the reveals, we can assume two things. Firstly, the killer will be of a religious background. The use of a censer and a chapter title of Demise of the Faithful suggests that the new killer will be of a religious background, who has at some point in life become corrupted. Secondly, the killer's ability is likely going to be based around the censer. The video shows that the killer is holding the censer, which means we are probably going to be using it in-game to kill survivors. Now, it's quite unlikely that we'll be swinging it around to smack a survivor upside the head, although that would be quite funny to see, so we can predict that their power will use it in some way. Perhaps the killer uses the smoke emitted from the censer to alter the survivors and how they interact, for example, slowing their generator repairs, similar to how the clown slows down movement speed. Maybe the smoke could restrict or limit the survivor's field of view, or maybe something completely different. Alongside the video, the developers also announced a surprise livestream on Monday, March 4th at 2 PM Eastern Time for exclusive information on the upcoming chapter release. This would lead me to believe that we're going to learn more about them then and perhaps get our hands on the new chapter the following day, Tuesday, March 5th. Personally, I would doubt that the chapter will be released without a PTB first to test everything. However, following the roadmap of future releases that was shown to us in June, Tuesday the 5th would be exactly 3 months from the release of the Darkness Among Us chapter, meaning that this would be the date that we'd be due a new chapter. Regardless, it is very likely that we're going to see this new killer very soon. So, who do you think the new killer could be, and what might their power be? Please share with us in the comments down below. I'm sure that Tyde would have plenty of time to read them while he's sick. Also, as soon as the new chapter is released, we'll be covering that, the new killer, the power, the perks, the survivor, everything. Again, I'm really sorry for the delay in videos and recent releases due to Tyde's sickness, but we should be back on track very soon. With that being said, I'll see you all next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and as always, good game.